And when was the museum created?
It actually was incorporated in 1987, and they moved into the depot and established itself in 92.
And the depot was built when?
1902.
Is it a classic? It's a classic depot.
The Chicago Northwestern used to advertise it as the finest depot between Duluth and Chicago, and it was a beautiful depot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, only one part of it is left, and the interesting fact about that is the part that's left, when it was built in 1902, it was all restaurant. And the diorama that I talked about, the main room, was actually the kitchen. And then there was no separation, but there's 13 rooms now. So we've probably got one of the finest collection of tooling that they used to build the railroads tracks with,
yeah.
and stuff.
Train community is huge.
Oh,
and an interesting mix of people.
We get a lot of model railroaders.
That's what it's called.
Model railroaders. Yeah. And
do you have one?
I do not.
You
no.
don't.
I was not. Didn't. My dad.
No interest.
My dad didn't have any interest in having trains at home. You want to play with trains? You go play with the trains downtown.
Yeah, not at home.
Not at home. Not at home.
Did you go to work with your dad?
Yeah. Actually, I took last passenger train out of Spooner with my dad, and he told me, and that was 1961. And he told me, he said, yeah. He said, you'll remember this someday.
Wow.
And, at the time, yeah. Well, I'd ridden trains all over the place, so I mean, it was no big deal. But it was the last passenger train, and I remember it well because Dad was so busy because they had closed down all the ticket offices between Spooner and Eau Claire, and so he had to sell tickets on the train.
Oh.
And it kept him awfully busy. But no, it was great. It was a sad day because that was an end of an era.
Yeah. Who's your visitor at your museum? Who shows up?
It's a real mix of different people. Actually, I've had people from all over the world. In fact, yesterday I had a fellow from England that was in there. In fact, he was joking about, I was telling him that we were going to do this show and stuff, and he was telling me that it was nice to meet me before I came to start. I said, you didn't have to worry about that.
Yeah,